I saw a few people ask me to rank, or at least talk about how I feel about Ultrakill's boss levels. Right, since I've talked about, you know, the dash 3s and the dash 2s, why not the, well, I was going to say dash 4s, but this is a dash 5, so, boss levels, Cerberus, right? I actually think this is a reasonably good introductory boss, right? Like, it's an introductory boss that becomes a normal enemy later on, just like Maurice back in O-1. So we sort of got like a theme going on with the prelude bosses, how, like, you know, Swords Machine, Cerberus, and Maurice all, you know, come back in later levels as bosses. I'm intentionally killing them slowly right now, because one thing about Cerberus is it's an early game boss, so it's pretty easy to kill. I like the fact that on Brutal they got a big buff, and you know, because there's two of them, it shows off the fact that they get pissed off when you kill their friends. Not a lot to say about Cerberus because they're pretty simple, but I like them as an introductory boss, if anything. A lot of the boss fights in this game are very short, so I'm gonna sort of drag out the fights a little bit longer, because I mean, I could kill, you know, like V2 is a good boss, but when you can just, you know, fucking, it's really like, come on, like, good boss fight. But anyway, I'm gonna drag them out for that purpose. You should subscribe for intentionally dragging out bosses, so I can talk about them more. V2. Everyone knows this boss fight, like, you know, like the quote-unquote, the skill check of Ultrakill, yap. It is a big skill check when you're new to the game, but then it's also like an interesting thing to look at later on in the game when you're better at, like, V2 really is not very strong. Like, I'm going to be real. This is probably one of the easiest bosses in the game. I mean, I'm sat on 2 health, like, I don't care. Wow, hard boss. I think V2 is cool, right? Everyone knows V2 is a good boss, right? It's you! Wow, it's you! Even if he is kind of stupid. I like the fact that you can parry everything. Well, not everything, but you can parry most things. Even things that you don't think you can parry, like the little blue charge piercer shot. I like the fact you can parry that. I wonder if you can charge back it. You know what? There's a very interesting mechanic in this level where, like, in 4-4, V2 can shoot your coins. In this level, if V2 accidentally shoots your coin, it still counts as a counter ricochet. V2, it's... You know, like, he's one of the bosses, I guess? Honestly, I don't have much to say about him, because 4-4 is just this level, but better in, like, every way. Like, V2's faster, he's smarter, he has more weapons. It's got the little escape sequence, he doesn't just die, like, okay, he kind of does just die in, like, a nanosecond. But, I mean, the whole point of V2 is he dies fast, you know, he's... Oh. Thanks, Rokan. He's got no health. He's very fast, he's very hard to hit. Very difficult to heal from. I think that's the issue most people have in this fight. He's very hard to heal from, which very much challenges you to learn how to parry him. But again, like I said, once you get better at the game, he's kind of a pushover. Subscribe for more pushovers. Corpse of King Minos is... I'm gonna say this, right? It goes against everything I think that makes a boss good, right? It goes against everything I think makes a boss good. It's big, it's slow, it's easy, it's got like 2 different attacks. It's kind of lame, it's kind of boring. But I kind of like it. I kind of like Corpse of King Minos. This is the, like, other than, I guess I call the other spectacle bosses, you know, Leviathan, and to an extent, the Earthmover. But this fight's actually, like, cool. It's built up through... I mean, it starts with the hand, right? Minos' hand as a fight. No one cares about this fight. Right, like, the hand, it's there. Do you... Oh. Like, do you care about the hand? No. But it's still, like, it's cool. On your first run through with the game, the hand's really harder than Minos himself, which is kind of funny. But I like the fact that Minos has been built up throughout the layer. Right? Like, you enter 2-1, and the first thing you see when you hit that jump pad is Minos off in the distance looking over the city. And as you go through the levels, Minos, you know, he gets closer and closer to you. It's almost like you're chasing him down, and then it culminates with, you know, the doors closing, the room shaking, and then bang! That's a big boy. That's a large boy. Like, yeah, sure, the fight itself is lame. But I think the build-up to this fight absolutely justifies the use of just a boss for sheer spectacle here. Which I don't think it does for Leviathan, which I'll get onto that with Leviathan, right? But I think Leviathan is a spectacle boss that kind of fails as a spectacle, whereas this is a spectacle boss that, yeah, no, I think this fight's pretty cool. Although he does kind of clip through everything when he dies. I've never really looked at before, but you go Minos, you go Minos. It goes against everything that I like about boss fights, but I do actually, I like 2-4. Now I've said this many, many times, but Gabriel 1 in 3-2 is harder than Gabriel 2 in 6-2. That's kind of a mouthful. But this fight, like, it's so weird, because, like, it's Gabe 1. But especially on Brutal, like, Gabriel can kind of fuck you up, like, kind of absolutely destroy you, like, holy, like, especially in phase 2, like, he can very quickly drain your stamina, and then you're caught between an angel and a fleshy place, I guess. I say the one thing I really don't like about Gabriel 1 is his parries. His parries are fucking weird. Really weird. Like, that parry is so weird. Like what? How does that not count? Come on. That is the one thing I don't like about this fight. That, come on, what's that? Come on. Anyway, heal off him. I think 6-2 Gabriel is a better fight, but this is the harder fight, I would say. Definitely much harder fight. Especially in this phase, if you don't, like, actually go out your way to kill him. Like this, like all of this, like that's a lot of stuff. Okay. Ah. Like look at it, look how much stuff he can catch you off guard. He has killed me many times. I just cut out the video because I don't want to look bad at the video game. Because of course I don't. Okay, we're starting to get into the boss fights that are like good. You know what I mean? Like, I used to hate 4-4. I used to despise V. I thought V2 was annoying. I thought he was too fast. He was too small. You can't heal off him. He's so annoying. But as I've gotten better at the game, I've come to realize, like, this is one of the best boss fights in the game. Like, easily. Like the fact that he takes such a mechanic that you may or may not have relied upon. Right, like not in your first playthrough, but in like subsequent like run-throughs of the level, you'll have relied on coins throughout playing this game, right? Like, relied on coins. And V2, he takes that away from you, sort of. Like, at a first glance, he takes it away from you. But then once you get better at the game, you realize, like, he doesn't take it away from you. He just makes it harder to use. And you can also, in fact, use it to, he is just spamming Piercer. Holy shit. But he also has so many things you can use to your advantage. Like, he shoots the nail gun, put down a bunch of saws, right? And then he shoots his own nails into the saws, hit himself with his own nails. He's an idiot. He's stupid. And then when he shoots his own coins, right, you can, you know, obviously shoot his coins back. But the thing that I like is you can punch the coins back at him. Like, that's just fucking cool. This boss fight's so cool. And then this bit of the boss fight, like, it's so fucking cool. Look at how cool it is. And I mean, it's got everything that made V2 a good boss fight to begin with in it still. But just better. Like, did I just conduct? Oh no, I got an ultra counter ricochet. Got him. Thank you, V2. But no, this fight takes everything good about 1-4 cranks it up to 11 and then like just adds extra shit on top. Like, this fight's so good. Oh, I missed. I suck. And then the level ends with a Whiplash tutorial, which is weird for a boss fight. But I understand why it ends with a Whiplash tutorial, but I also don't understand why it couldn't just be in 5-1. Whatever. 4-4, really good. I love this level. Really, really good level. And yet we've reached peak mid. This is probably the worst boss fight in the game. I don't like the Leviathan at all. This build up is like, okay, it's cool. You know, you got like you can see like the ocean above you. Got this nice dimly, gloomily lit area, and then you're moving up. It's like, whoa, Leviathan. But you know, like that's cool and all, but like I can just ignore it. So already, right, like any build-up this level has is just kind of gone when you can skip it all. And then the boss itself has one cool gimmick. Lightning. Okay, I lied. It has two cool gimmicks. The first cool gimmick is if you shoot magnets at it, lightning. Wowee. Second cool gimmick is its blue flash attack has a 1 or 2 frame parry window. So despite it being a blue flash, yes, you can parry it. Thank you, Hikita. The reason for that, if you don't know, is Hikita just thought the timing was too tight. He was like, may as well make it a blue flash so people don't try going for it and then get confused as to why it doesn't work. But the reason this fight kind of stinks is because Leviathan has 3 attacks. It has balls, it has lunge, and it has tail. That is it. That is everything. The platform is tiny, it's got whip points, hook points, whip points that are useless. Literally don't know when I've ever used these. Leviathan is buggy, it will launch you around everywhere, and I want to talk more about it. It's buggy, it will, like, if you just like fucking whiplash it, like, it's just like, whee! Whee! Every so often this boss will just fucking launch you to the stratosphere in the skybox. The biggest flaw with this boss... Oh, I missed. I think the biggest flaw, other than the fact that it is ass to fight because it has like no attacks, is its build-up. Or I should say its lack of build-up. Leviathan kind of doesn't exist at all throughout Wrath. It's the thing that tips your ship over in 7-3? In 5-3. But that's not very well communicated to the player. I feel like a lot of people could easily miss that. And you briefly see Leviathan at one point, that's an optional point by the way, in 5-3. Other than that, it's just, it kind of comes out of nowhere. Unlike Minos, which had like, you know, this long, steady, intentional build-up throughout all of Lust. So I think that's why Leviathan fails as a spectacle boss, and doesn't have anything redeeming to really bring it back. Wow, he just smacked me in the face. I was gonna stretch the boss out because I wanted to mention this boss's fatal flaw. You might have seen me projectile boosting its mouth, or shooting explosives into it, and it taking a little bit of damage. Oh, there you go, I got launched, there you go. If I didn't stop myself, I would have gone absolutely flying. But no, Leviathan has a fatal flaw, where if you shoot explosions into its mouth, while it's shooting its ball attack, you will launch all of the balls it's shooting back at it, which is a lot of balls, like a lot, and it will do a ridiculous amount of damage. And you can see from the boss friendly fire on the side, like, it's a lot. Not only does it just immediately kill the boss in like seconds, it also gives you permanent Ultrakill rank, which means there's like no risk at all. This fight stinks. I don't like it. Fuck Leviathan. I have much less to say about Gabriel 2 than I do Gabriel 1. You know, I just thought, right, if you want to see me talk about the secret bosses in this game, and do sort of like this video with the secret bosses, leave a comment, you know, tell me that would be, tell me that it would be cool. I would do it. Sounds fun. Might do it anyway, who knows. But anyway. Gabe 2 is Gabe 1, but weirdly easier once you... Okay, shut up, Gabe. He weirdly gets easier once you get better at the game. But when you're bad at the game, he's definitely the harder fight. Like my first playthrough of Gabriel, I remember he was tough. Like, he kind of, you know, rolled me. But as I've gotten better at the game, I kind of started to realize, like, he's kind of a massive pushover. And I make fun of that a lot. Because, like, I mean, come on, bully the silly angel. But I think he's still a better fight than Gabe 1. Because I just think it might be easier. But the attacks are more fun to dodge. The attacks are way more fun. You got, like, a way bigger arena, even though I don't ever use it. The parries are so much better. Like, oh my god. Parries actually work. Oh wow, that did. Right, I'm in water, that's why I did so much damage. But I mean, like, there you go, I killed him without even really thinking about it. But I think his attacks, like, flow better. I just think the main reason this fight is so much easier is because of that. How long his parry windows are. Like, it kind of feels like Hikita knew that Gabe 1's parries were weird and massively overcompensated for it. I mean, like, wait until he does that one attack where it's just bang, bang, bang. Like, his parries are just, it's like a ferryman, if you know what I'm about. Like, he just has really, really long wind-ups for his parries, and it makes it incredibly easy to parry him. Like, incredibly easy. It gets a lot harder in Act 2. I was about to say, it gets a lot harder in Phase 2. Don't worry about it. Because of his teleporting, which I think is fun. I think the fact that he can just teleport behind you, you know, nothing personal, kid, and then almost exploding sword thing, is cool. But it does make the fight a bit easy. Other than that, though, I actually really like this fight. It's a fun fight. It is a fun fight. Top tier Ultrakill gaming. Now 7-4 is a very divisive level, I think, in terms of boss fight. Everyone agrees the Earthmover is, like, fucking sick. Right, okay, like, come on. If you don't, you're wrong. Simple. But people are very torn on this level because... Get out of here. Thank you. As a boss fight, yeah, the Earthmover brain kind of stinks. Like, it's not great. It kind of falls into that trap of Leviathan and, to an extent, Corpse of King Minos, of being a spectacle boss, and a spectacle boss only. Like, I see no reason why we can't make a spectacle boss that's also just a good fight. But whatever. It doesn't suffer from the same lack of spectacle as Leviathan does. I mean, of course it fucking doesn't. This thing is insane. And it's very well portrayed throughout violence, just like... I'd say it's better portrayed than Corpse King Minos. Minos just stands there. But the Earthmovers, you know, in 7-2, like, lightning lights them up in the background. In 7-3, he just suddenly appears in like a bask of red light. And then, of course, this level. I mean, this is just peak. This is peak Ultrakill. Like, holy shit, this level is so cool. I will not stop playing this level. But I think, like, more could have been done for the fight. I think everyone agrees on that. Like, more could have been done for the fight itself. I get that Hikita went for something different, but it didn't work. I'm going to be real. Like, unironically, the security system is a better fight. I kind of believe that. Like, I think there's more nuance with the security system than there is the actual Earthmover. As in, like, you can, you know, get it to kill itself. You know, you can make it can make its own shots, land on it, and blow itself up, right? That's more than you can do to the Earthmover's brain. But I think as a level, this is, like, second best level in the game. Other than 7-2, because I love that level. Second best level in the game. The music's amazing. The design, I mean, like, just this inside area is amazing. The enemies are, like, okay, I guess. Like the actual, like, level itself is, like, mid, honestly, if it didn't have everything, like the setting to carry it and, like, the lore, like, oh, it would be... This level would kind of stink. Like, look at like this boss fight. The only redeeming factor about it is the challenge of trying to kill it before it, like, you know, what's it called? Protects itself? Spawns the idols. Or it's killing it in one cycle. That's like the best thing about it, but that's like an extra bonus challenge that you don't need to do. So, the best thing about this boss is something that you do on purpose to make the boss harder, to make the boss more fun. That's not indicative of a good boss. That's indicative of a bad boss that we're making good. So, I think this boss is on the weaker end, but the level as a whole, fire. Absolute peak. We love 7-4. Now the Prime Sanctums are, I would say they're honestly very strange if we take them from just a pure boss fight standpoint. P-1, I don't play P-1 a lot. And it's not because I don't like Minos. It's because I don't like this bastard. Fuck this thing. Does anyone actually like fucking Flesh Prison? Does anyone actually like this thing? Like, come on. This boss fight sucks. Can we all agree? Fuck this guy. Like, oh boy, I spawn like a million eyes around me, and you gotta shoot them all, or else I'm going to heal like all, you know, all of that work you did. Yep, gone. Like, wow, that's fun. That's so fun. I hate it. I hate Flesh Prison. Fuck this boss fight. Minos, on the other hand, is a good boss fight. I think that's a, you know, you don't need to say this, right? Like, no shit, Minos is a good boss fight. I think the only problem with Minos is once you get good at the game, he kind of just dies. Because of the way Prime Souls work, right? He gives you such a long time to prepare, you know. You could do what I do, which is just spawn a massive fucking sword trap. Or you could learn how to deadcoin and just kill him. Which I think kind of like, it takes away from the boss fight a little bit. Right, if I can get the second hardest boss in the game and do that to him, like, that's dumb. Like, look at like, this is on brutal. On violent, he would just be dead. You know, like, straight up just dead on violent. And he's kind of straight up just dead on brutal anyway. I mean, if I fight him, I'll fight him without the sword trap, just to actually talk about the boss. Without the sword trap, right, Minos, very good boss. I think we all can agree. One of the harder challenges in the game, especially on brutal, where he actually, like, you know, you can't just walk in circles and avoid him. Of course, he actually gives you sound cues for his attacks. Very nice, I like. All of his attacks are, you can learn them. You know, you can learn setups to dodge all of his attacks. You can get consistent with him, which is good. I like that. I think his attacks flow very well. I think his parry is unique, but I'm also not a huge fan of the snake because they could just be kind of weird sometimes. But he gives you more than enough of them to worry about your stamina, but never be like too scared if you're playing well. He's fast, he's strong, he has a decent amount of health if you don't abuse his little speech at the start. We've all seen Minos. We all know he's a good fight. Like, you don't need me to tell you that Minos Prime is a good boss fight. You also don't need me to tell you that Sisyphus Prime is a good boss fight, but I'm gonna say anyway because this is the best boss fight in the game. It's not even close. It is not even close. Sisyphus is Minos, but he's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger, his attacks flow better, his parries flow better, he has enough health to where he doesn't just die immediately, unless if you learn how to deadcoin, but it's a lot harder to deadcoin Sisyphus because of how tall he is. So, I also like the fact that you don't have to fight the Panopticon. The worst bit of P1 has been removed in this level, kind of. If you just get good at the game, you know, unlike me, there's setups you can do to, like, destroy this thing. I have my own stupid way of doing it for some reason. It's dumb. You could be like me, smack yourself with the black hole like an idiot, Anyway. I like that you don't have to fight the Nobscon. Thank fuck. Thank you, Hikita. Holy shit. I also like the fact that you can kind of get a full heal before the boss fight actually starts. I think that's nice. I think that's very nice. I'm not gonna slip a sword trap here. I'm just gonna fight him. Sisyphus, just like Minos, gets all up in your face, right? Like all up in your face. But Minos has a couple attacks where he will like teleport away and then come back. Sisyphus has that one attack where he teleports away and like jumps down on top of you. That's it. Other than that, he is on the floor, in your face, like here to destroy you. You know, like your only real way to fight back is to learn how to parry him. It says a lot that this is one of the easiest bosses to do parry only, right? I would argue this is one of the easiest bosses to parry only. Because of how consistent his parries are designed to be, because of how frequent they're designed to be. I think the nerf he got initially to make him always parryable in phase 2 only enhanced this boss fight. I think that enhances it. Because I think the parries make it fair. Make it fun, they make it flow. Absolutely an addition to this boss. Of course he's like brutally fucking difficult as well. Like, I mean, I don't really die to him that much anymore, but I still can. Maybe. I wanna fight him again. I just like fighting him. I like fighting him. I wanna fight him again. He's also Sisyphus is a very fun Radiance challenge as well. Which, like, if you're like bored of this game, like really good at it, maybe try giving Radiant Sisyphus a try, because holy shit. Radiance 1 is manageable. Radiance 2 is like, oh my god, like fucking hell. It's very hard. I would say the one thing about this boss is like, you really can't make use of the Whiplash, like, at all. I think Sisyphus heavily punishes Whiplash usage, which I can understand, but also it kind of sucks that you just can't use like a core mechanic of the game. Other than that though, I would say this is like a perfect boss fight. Like, this is as close to a perfect boss fight as this game has. And probably will have until the P-3 boss comes out. And he just killed himself, I'm pretty sure. But anyway. There you go. There is a reasonably detailed opinions on all of the bosses in this game. I like Sisyphus, how could you tell?